All right, guys, welcome to the channel. Thanks for joining me today. So today we're on the Tesla website. I'm looking at some of these finance and lease options that Tesla has for the new Model Y, the Model 3. There's some great deals. So today I want to talk about with these incentives. For example, I want to go through all the numbers associated with buying a new rear-wheel drive long-range Model 3 versus buying a used one, and really just see what the cost difference would be based on getting like 0% APR financing through Tesla on a new one. Now for this example here, I want to assume that the buyer qualifies for the new EV tax credit. You know, this is income based. It's based on your household income, how you file your taxes. There's certain income thresholds. But if you qualify, you get $7,500 off at time of sale. So it comes off right off the car as if it's like a down payment. And for the used one, I'm assuming that the buyer does not qualify for the used EV tax credit, or the car does not qualify for it. So probably the first thing I would recommend someone to do if they're looking at a Tesla right now is, do you qualify for the used EV tax credit? There's lower income thresholds for that to qualify for. The new ones are double those numbers. Now, if you qualify for the used EV tax credit, that's $4,000 off. There's a lot of cars now that are under $25,000. Like there's a lot of Model 3s, some Model Ys, used S's and X's. So we're seeing almost all of the Teslas being available for this EV tax credit on the used basis, but the car's got to be under $25,000. It can't have had that redeemed before. You can only redeem one EV tax credit once every 3 years. So if you bought one last year, you can't do it now. You got to wait another 2 years. So there's some more requirements on the used side. One thing that's interesting on the used side, though, is it seems like once the car hits that $25,000 threshold, this used EV tax credit is really buoying up the price to keep it around $23,000 to $24,000. And dealers are marking the cars up, so maybe a car that's probably only a $19,000 car, they're marking it up to $23,000. Yeah, you get the tax credit, and you're paying 19 grand, right? So, it really seems like the dealers are the ones who are profiting off of this used EV tax credit. So maybe you might be saving $1,000 on the car, and the dealer's making $3,000 extra dollars with the tax credit. So for that reason, I'm going to exclude calculating the used EV tax credit into this equation. Just because you may not qualify or the car may not qualify, it has to be done through a registered specific dealer to be able to do that. Now this is comparing a 2025 long-range rear-wheel drive to a 2021 long-range Model 3 rear-wheel drive. So kind of like the same car. However, you need to know that in 2024, Tesla totally revamped. They totally refreshed the Model 3. So the new Model 3 2024, 2025 is completely refreshed. It's got a lot of new interior, exterior styling, ride handling all better, acoustic glass, sound system. Really everything's been improved on the Model 3. So really when we're looking at a new one, it really is a much better car than an older, like a 2021, for example. You can also get more range. Now on the Model 3 rear-wheel drive long range right now, it has 363 miles of range, which is very impressive. That's the longest range a Model 3's ever been able to go. Now, with this calculation as well, we're only going to assume that we're doing no options on this. So when you go on the Tesla website, you can scroll through and you can go through and choose different options like paint color, wheels, interior choices, adding full self-driving. So those can all increase the price. But if you add no options to it, you can get the stealth gray, a deep, rich, dark gray color, which I think is really good. I have a Model Y in that color, and I really like that color. It's awesome that that's the free color or included color. If you want like white, blue, red, silver, oh, there's a new black. If you get those colors, there's an upcharge, $1,000 to $2,500 depending on the color. So we're assuming no options, just the base stealth gray, the base 18-inch wheels, no FSD, black interior, just doing the car as cheap as possible. When we do that, the purchase price is $42,490. That's kind of the base price of the car. So why don't we take that number, let's look at all of the other fees associated with it, break it down, see what the monthly payment is compared to a used Model 3. Okay, so here we're looking at the numbers, the breakdown of the 2025 Model 3 long-range rear-wheel drive. So price $42,490. Now, the calculator on Tesla's website has like a $33,999 kind of default as down payment. You can do less, but for this calculation, I'm just going to include this, that you're putting basically $4,000 down. There's a destination fee. That's like the cost to ship the car to your local delivery center, $13.90. There's an order fee of $250 when you place the order. That is non-refundable. So if you do place an order, just you either go through with the order or you lose your $250 order fee. The registration, $403.50. That's specific for my area, what it costs to register it for the year. And then sales tax, $31.99.43 is the sales tax amount. That gives us a grand, all of this added up, grand total $47,732.93. If we take out the down payment of $3,999, and if you qualify for the federal tax credit of $7,500, so the finance amount $36,233.93, and then if we're doing 60 months, Tesla's doing a promotion right now, 0% APR financing, which is, I think, is a pretty good promotion, given that you're paying 5 to 6% with really good credit for a 60-month loan right now. That brings the monthly payment to $604 per month for 60 months. That's 5 years. Okay, so how does it look on the used side? 2021 Model 3 Long Range rear-wheel drive, so really the same trim. You can find those in the mid $20,000. So we're going to assume a $25,000 purchase price. Again, this doesn't assume the $4,000 EV tax credit is included in this, so we're not doing that. You could probably find one of these under $25,000, so it's got to be under $25,000 to get the tax credit. $33,999 for the down payment. We're going to do the same down payment. $400 doc fee if you're buying from a dealer. That's pretty standard. The registration is going to be a little bit less on a used one in my area versus a new one, and then $18,1250 for sales tax. So if we have, this is kind of our sum of all these numbers, $27,549. We have our down payment, and then this is our financed amount, $23,550.50. So at 60 months, 5.64%. That's a pretty good financing rate right now with having good credit. 5.64. You're paying $451.37 a month. So over here we were $604. This is $451. So you can see here the difference in the new monthly price. This is the used monthly price. Now, over the course of 60 months or 5 years, you're going to pay on the used side, because we're paying 5.64%. You can pay almost $3,500 in interest payments, in interest costs to finance this for 5 years. Now, if you take that, this $3,500 is included in the monthly payment. So it doesn't really seem like the payment is that big of a jump from $451 to $604. It just depends on your budget. If an extra $150 is within your budget, it might make sense to buy a new one. So essentially it's going to cost about $150 more per month to buy the new one versus the old one for the Model 3 Long Range rear-wheel drive. You'd have to see if that's worth an extra $150. I'm curious what you guys think. What would you guys do if you didn't qualify, or the car didn't qualify for the used EV tax credit, but you qualify for the new tax credit, and it's only $150 more per month in a payment to buy the new one? What are you guys doing? For me, I've owned an older Model 3. I've owned a 2018 Model 3 Long Range rear-wheel drive. I really liked it. I've also driven the new one, and it is a lot better. It is a lot nicer car. It drives super smooth. They've redesigned like the suspension, the handling, the ride, the comfort, the interior. I mean, it really is like a whole new car, and it's kind of a night and day difference. And so I think $150 is definitely worth it. So if I was buying one, I would buy the new Model 3 rear-wheel drive Long Range and pay the extra $150 a month. These Model 3s generally are pretty reliable, but if there's things that come up, are you going to be okay to pay, $500,000, $800,000 for repairs here and there to get things fixed on it? Whereas on a new one, you really wouldn't have that issue, because for the first 50,000 miles, you're going to be under the bumper-to-bumper warranty. And then it'll also have a battery warranty, 8 years, 120,000 miles. If you get an older like Model 3 that's like a standard range or a mid-range, it's not a long range or a performance, it's only going to have a 100,000 mile warranty on the battery or motor. So that's also something to consider. I'd probably stay away from those. So that way, stay with the long range. That way you'll have the 120,000 miles or 8 years of battery and motor warranty. 2025 is also going to have the latest autopilot computer. It's going to have a hardware 4, which is like the full self-driving computer 4. It's also going to have the newest camera system. So in the future, if they're releasing like robo-taxi service, this car would be more eligible for robo-taxi service than an older Model 3 that may not have, that might only have hardware 3, the older full self-driving computer. So my thoughts is I would buy the new one because it's not that much more expensive, especially with this 0% APR financing. That is a pretty good deal. Yes, you are paying more for the car, but you're not having to pay that $3,500 in interest. So there's some savings there. Guys, so I'm curious what you think about this kind of comparison, what you would do, and be sure to leave your comments down below. I'd be interested to hear what you guys have to say. Hit that thumbs up button, subscribe. We'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.